This is a series of 100 films about Japanese places I've been, and this is a film about the furthest north you can go in Japan. Wakkanai is a city in Soya Subprefecture on the island of Hokkaido in northern Japan. It's serviced by the Soya Line, a JR Hokkaido railway. The first time I went here was in summer. It was my third year in Japan, and I decided I was going to take local trains all the way to the most northern tip of the Japanese archipelago, which was kind of crazy. I bought a Seishin Juhachi Kippu, which in a previous episode I mentioned you get free travel all day long for only $11 on local Japanese railway trains, which means I made my trip far more difficult than I can recommend. That morning, I had left Asahikawa, the second largest city on the island of Hokkaido. I spent my entire day on a two-car train. Huge landscapes stretched out away from the train line. Namae. The truth is, Hokkaido is much more vast than you'd normally see in Japan. More like you'd expect to find in Russia. And Hokkaido still has huge volcanic mountains like everywhere else in Japan, only more spread out compared to the other islands. Definitely it has a different feel about it. Like most of the time in Japan when you're on a train, there's going to be mountains pretty close to you, otherwise the landscape is flat. Hokkaido's landscape has its own sort of austerity. I remember changing trains at one of the stations and seeing pictures of engineers digging out trains from snowdrifts, 20 feet high snowdrifts. It was crazy. Namae. When I got to the city of Wakkanai, it really reminded me of Newfoundland in Canada, particularly Port aux Basques. And the weather was cool and gray and the city stretched out on a flat piece of land. There's no incline whatsoever. From the ocean, the land is completely flat and it has a sheer cliff. It's about 4 or 5 stories tall of solid rock topped with a plateau forest. If there's a tsunami, there's going to be some serious trouble here, and they've had some pretty major earthquakes in that area. I mean, weather-wise, I was there in the middle of August, around the 10th or the 11th, and it was sunny, around 18 degrees Celsius. The next day, it rained. The temperature dropped to 12 degrees Celsius. The week before, it had been almost 25. Which made the hotel clerk comment on how it's been pretty hot that summer. Now, usually road signs in Japan are in Japanese and Romaji, which is the Japanese alphabet transliterated into Roman characters. But in Wakkanai, the road signs are in Japanese, English, and Russian. The reason was a huge booming business in second-hand car sales to Vladivostok. Second-hand Toyota Crowns and Camrys. See, the Russians would come over, buy a bunch of them up, and take them over on the ferry, even though they were right-hand drive. But then, about 10 years ago, right-hand drive cars, that's the opposite of North America, were banned by Moscow, which caused a huge upset in the Russian Far East. Even so, the Russian influence is very much a part of Wakkanai. I mean, I had dinner one night at a restaurant run by a half-Russian woman from Tokyo. And it was interesting because you could get borscht and everything else, and it was definitely an experience. And they say, on a clear day, you can see Sakhalin Island, which belongs to Russia. Wakkanai doesn't feel like the rest of Japan. It's what they call their frontier, a very different experience from Tokyo or even Sapporo, not to mention they have really good fish. How do I get there? The easiest way is to fly. Flights regularly depart Haneda Airport for Wakkanai via Chitose International Airport near Sapporo. It's about a $270 round trip. Keep in mind, by the time you're watching this, the information might be out of date. The word of the day. The word of the day is namae. It means name in Japanese. You might not use it a lot, but you'll definitely need to know it when reserving a table. So if you want to remember this word, feel free to watch this video 10 more times and repeat along with me. At least that's what I do. Next time. So that's it until next time when we visit a place with the busiest crosswalk in the world. So until then, sayonara.